Welcome back to Bucket Drop. Today we're going to be playing one of my favorite games of all time, Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening DX. And this was originally released as Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening on the Game Boy, in insert year here. And a few years later, it was remade on the Game Boy Color, Link's Awakening DX. And that's the version I had. Now, this was one of my first video games. I believe my actual first video game that I owned, because we had an original Nintendo, and we had a couple of those games. But the first one that was my game was Pokemon Red on my Game Boy. I had the original Game Boy. I didn't have the big fat Game Boy. I had the Game Boy Pocket. And I got Pokemon Red on that. And then soon afterwards, I also got a Game Boy Color, and I got this. So this is one of my earliest games, and I know nostalgia plays a big factor into it, but this is my favorite Zelda game. So when the Switch remake came out, I got it and played the hell out of it, loved it. But this is the OG for me. It's not the actual original, it's a remake of the original. But this is my favorite Zelda game, and we're gonna play it. And first, I'm gonna show a cute little Easter egg you can do here. If you name yourself Zelda... Oh. Maybe it has to be in all caps. If you name yourself Zelda in all caps... Let's see. Yeah. It changes the music. So, I'll let that funky track play while I explain what I'm gonna do. My original plan to play this game was... I was trying to think of... I had mentioned playing the Oracle games, which I've played Seasons before. I've never played Ages, so I was thinking of a way to play them. And I wanted to maybe play Swordless, where you go through the game without using your sword. The original Zelda, you can make it through almost the entire game, other than beating Ganon at the end of the game, without using your sword. I looked into it for this, and it's not really possible. You need your sword in just too many places. So I thought of what else I could do, and I decided I'm gonna do... In a lot of the games, they have, I believe it's called Hero Mode, where the game is a lot harder. And one of the things that happens is you don't get any health upgrades. You know, big... I think I only have 5 spots here, so I'm gonna have to spell my name incorrect. Looks a little silly. But, yeah, so I think that's what Hero Mode is. But whatever it is, that's how I'm gonna play. I'm not gonna collect any health upgrades. I'm gonna be with 3 hearts for the whole game. Now, I've played this game a lot. As I said, it's my favorite Zelda game. Oh, I'm skipping through the text here. I shouldn't be doing that. So she what I just skipped over, she just found Link washed up on the shore. And Link just asked if that's Zelda. No, my name's Marin. You must still be feeling a little woozy. You're on Koholint Island. I never really knew how to pronounce that. Follow the lane south to reach the beach where I found you. Since you washed ashore, lots of nasty monsters have been in the area. So be careful, okay? I will. You are my queen. Hey, Mario. Well, Bucket, you finally snapped out of it. Name's Taran. I hope you're feeling better. What? How'd I know your name? You think it's weird? Well, I saw it on the back of this shield. Thanks, Mario. You got your shield back. Press the button, repel enemies with it. So yeah. Now I got a shield. So this guy is very clearly Mario. Like, look at him. He's Mario without his hat. And I believe at some point, like, Nintendo confirmed, there's a couple of Mario references in this game. There's another character that looks like Luigi. There's, I can't go into it yet because I don't have a sword, but in this shop, there's a Yoshi doll, so there's a couple of cute little things to that. But anyway, I'm going to play this game without getting any health upgrades. And I've played this game a ton of times. I've never done that. And I know where all of the pieces of heart are, so I'll go to them and point them out, but I'm not going to collect them. There's 1 or 2 where I'll like need to do a minigame or something, so maybe I'll do like a save state right before, get them to show that yes, I know where this is and I know how to do it, and then I'll just load without getting it, because I like how, if you look, actually, is it the same with Link? No. If you look, you can see through the sword, because it's clear, and I guess they didn't think of that. I guess the color is set to transparent at the moment, but here's our best friend, the owl. Hoot hoot. So you are the lad who owns the sword. Now I understand why the monsters are starting to act so violently. A courageous lad has come to wake the windfish. It is said that you cannot leave the island unless you wake the windfish. You should now go north, to the mysterious forest. I will wait for you there, Hoot. Goodbye. Still transparent. See, before I started this up, I kind of just saw how far I could get without the sword. And the answer is nowhere. You need the sword to get to the next area. And, so I thought about maybe doing it where you just, like, you only use the sword when you absolutely have to. Like, put it in the inventory, don't use it. And then, like, if you have to break a bush to get through, then you use it. But there's just a lot of instances of that, and, like, the first boss, I do not believe can be beat without the sword. So, when the bosses are already... This right here is our first piece of heart. And just to make sure... Oops. I was gonna try and make a save file there, but... Don't land on it, don't land on it, don't land on it. Okay, so I don't land on it. There's our first piece. Not gonna get it. In this game, in a lot of Zelda games, there's a lot of pieces of heart to gather. This one only has 12. So, I'm not missing out on a lot by not collecting them. Another one, this guy right here. I'm not gonna do it, but there's a fishing minigame. And if you collect the big fish, it spits out a heart piece. It's actually somewhat difficult. You gotta tap the button pretty fast. But I'm not gonna do that. Now, over here somewhere, in one of these, is this would be a secret seashell. There we go. You found a secret seashell. If you collect a lot of these, something good is bound to happen. And that good thing in this game is upgrading your sword. You need, I believe, 20? It's either 15 or 20 you need. And then you get the level... There's no master sword in this game. That's essentially... There's our Yoshi doll. How much does this cost? Trendy game, 10 rupees. Can't do this yet. Alright. That Yoshi doll is part of a trading sequence that you need to do later in the game, but we don't have to do that right now, so we can come back to it. Yeah, there's 8 bosses in this game, and a lot of them I think you need to use the sword, and so if I don't collect those 8 hearts, and then I don't get the 3 extra pieces of heart from, or the 3 extra hearts from collecting the 12 pieces of heart. Yeah, so maximum health in this game is 12. No, 14? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe 16? Is there 8? Yeah, there's 8 bosses, 12 pieces of heart, it's 3 hearts, so that's 6, 8. Yeah, maybe, I guess it is 14. It's a weird number. Whatever. Welcome to the Mysterious Wood. Much of mystery you will find on this uncharted Koholint Island. I'm afraid you may find it a trifle difficult to leave the island while the windfish naps. By the by, have you ever visited the Tail Cave, which is south of the village? Go there with the key you find in this forest. The Windfist is watching. I said the Windfist. I don't think they ever answered who this owl is. Why is he so knowledgeable? Why can he talk? I believe that's a seashell. Which I can't get that yet. I can't pick up the rock until I get a certain piece of equipment that I get in the... Well, I can't go this way yet. I get a power bracelet in the second dungeon, which will let me lift up heavy. This was a weird thing in this game. This is a Guardian Acorn. Reduces the damage you receive by half. Enemies will just randomly drop them. And there's also one called a Piece of Power. I forget if this is something. I think if I dig here, there's something. There's also a Piece of Power which doubles your attack damage. And it's kind of weird. I don't think any of the other Zelda games had that. I can't remember if the Oracle games do, but I don't think they do. Now, I looked up, I think if you use glitches, you can do most of, if not all of this game without a sword, but I don't know these glitches, and I don't know how to exploit them, so I'm not going to do that. But I believe it is possible. Or at least somewhat possible. Give me money. 50 rupees. Hot dog. We're stinking rich. A nice thing in this game is there's no wallets. Like in some of the... Oh, another one. Cool. Like in some of the games, you can only hold a certain amount of, stuff. For a certain amount of rupees. Oh, there's another one. I can't lift this up yet either. Once I get the power bracelet, I can. You can only hold, like, 99 rupees and then, like, 300 rupees or whatever until you upgrade your wallet. And a nice thing in this game, you don't have to do that. It's just, you can get up to 999 right away. You don't actually have to buy that much with the rupees. I think I'm going the wrong way. Yep. You buy some of the upgrades. Like, you buy the shovel... oops, that was the wrong rock. You buy the shovel at the shop, the bombs at the shop, and the bow and arrow at the shop. Yeah. And then, also, a certain enemy can eat your shield, and if it does, you can buy a new shield at the shop. And you're actually allowed to steal from the shop, and the game reflects it. I'm not gonna do it. Normally I do, because the bow and arrow... Oh, there's our piece of power. The bow and arrow costs a lot. I think it costs either 910 or 980. Alright. There's a free heal right here. She wasn't here before because I had full health, so... They only show up when you actually need it. Yeah, I think the bow and arrow costs 980, which is almost the maximum. So normally I steal that. But I'm not gonna do it this time. Because what happens is... well, to begin with, the next time you go in, the store owner will kill you. There's another one. We need to be we get a... In the first dungeon, we get something that lets us jump. Which we don't have yet. But that's how you get that one. Ooh, it's actually going to be a little tricky going north here and getting around that without collecting it. But we'll see. Shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, the store owner kills you. And then... For the rest of the game, everyone will refer to you as Thief, rather than whatever your name is. Devil, devil, toil and trouble. A toadstool mix makes powder for tricks. I forgot that I need to give this to her. Ah, it has the sleepy toadstool, it does. Well, mix it up something in a jiffy, we will. I like that the music gets faster when she does that. It's all ready, it is. Take care, as there's not much there. Why not try a bit in my hut? I'm not going to, because I don't want to waste it. Well, I guess I will. There you go. Good job. Use it on your enemies and see what happens. If you run out, go to the forest, pick some mushrooms, and I will make you some more. Cool. It's nice that that's free, but, you do that, it turns them, and if you're very careful, you could walk up to... Hold on, let me... Nope. If you're careful, I'm not going to try it now, because now I only have 1 health. But, if you're careful, you can walk up to them and talk to them, I believe, once you do that. And, yeah, it's after you do that to them. I think it technically changes them into a different enemy. I think it's called a Zoo? Like ZU? When it's normal, and then it's called like a Cluckman or a Clueman or something. And they just make, like, weird puns and jokes. Which is a nice little detail, but... You know... It's a little dangerous when I've only got 3 hearts. It's a little scary that I was already down to 1 when I, I'm still on the first part of the game here. There hasn't really been any challenge. Like I said, I've never done this challenge before. I think I'll be all right. It won't be hard for a while, but later it's gonna get hard. As a raccoon, my nose is very sensitive to stuff like dust and powder. You don't say. Gotcha. So normally what would happen here... I never looked into if it's random when he... Oh, no, never mind. He just flies around until he explodes back to our friend Mario. Last thing I can remember was biting into a big juicy toadstool. Then I had the darndest dream. I was a raccoon. Sounds strange, but it sure was fun. I'm all tuckered out. I think I better set a spell before I head home. When I was a kid, I did not know what that meant. He means he's gonna take a nap. I didn't know that, like, setting a spell could be, it was like, referring to a nap. So I thought he was saying he was going to, like, put down some magic so that he, so what normally happens there is if you go forward without collecting the powder, without powdering him like that, it just loops around, and it'll loop endlessly, and you can't go forward. So when you powder him, he turns back into Mario, and then you can get through. So I thought he was saying he was going to set a spell so that that didn't happen ever again. Which, of course, is not the case. But let's listen to our friendly owl friend here. Hoot, take the key and go to the Tail Cave. Retrieve the instrument that is hidden there. Go now, the windfish is waiting. Hoot. Hoot. No, you know what? This isn't the only Zelda game that has a talking owl, so I guess it's not that weird. I mean, it is weird, but, could be weirder. Like, why can the owl talk, but, your horse can never talk? How about that? Well, never thought about that, did you? Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention the Chain Chomp over here. It's our buddy Chain Chomp. Hey, Chain Chomp. Goodbye. There's a few more Mario references. There's not many more Mario references. There are a few, and I'll point them out when I get to them, but there's not many more. We've hit most of them. It's just a... Well, we haven't actually hit most of them. Like, I haven't run into the Luigi guy yet. I just mentioned that there is one. Oh, I don't want to keep this powder out, because when I have it out, I tend to accidentally use it. Once I'm able to run, there's a seashell in this tree, I believe. I'll double check on that once I have that ability. You get boots that make you run super fast, and you can slam into stuff. Alright, let's do this. Tail Cave. I don't like these enemies. You can't actually kill them, you just have to push them off. Now let's see how quickly I can get through this cave. This is the first level is very simple. I say as I get hit. You've got the compass. Now you can see where the chests and Nightmare are hidden. The Nightmare is the boss. This compass has a new feature. A tone will tell you if a key is hidden in a room when you're in it. Now, I didn't know what it meant by a new feature, because I was like, new compared to what? Because when I was a kid, I didn't know that this was a remake. I just thought it was a new game. So in the original one... See, you heard that tone when I just walked in? That means there's a key here. In the original one, that didn't happen. So, now we know. We've all learned something. We're always learning stuff when we watch Bucket. Or as we're called this time, Bookit. Ooh, excuse me. Unlike my my Drunk Mario 2, we're not going to be putting up the burp counter here. Which reminds me, I've decided what I'm gonna do with Mario 2. Nice cute little rhyme there. I'm not gonna play Drunk Mario 2 anymore, I just don't want to do it. So, instead what I'm gonna do... Let's see, I could probably finish this whole dungeon in one go. So instead what I'm gonna do, I've been practicing speedrunning it. I haven't managed to do it in one go yet and get a time that I'm happy with. The original Mario 2 on the NES is a very popular speedrunning game. Lots of people have played that. Ooh, I think I could have bought the bombs before now and gotten in there, but I'll come back to this once I get them. I think it's just extra rupees, but I'll come back for them later. Or maybe I do unlock the bombs in this. Well, we'll find out, maybe. Yeah, so the original Mario 2 is very popular with speedrunners. Mario Advance is not. Like, if you look on speedrunning.com, there's hundreds of Mario 2 speedruns, but there's like 5 Mario Advance ones. So, I've been working on it, and I haven't put it together in one full run yet, but if you put together the sums of my best times, I'm in, I believe... third? No. I think I would be fourth. There's a Goomba. There's another Mario reference. So the Goombas are interesting. Let me see if I can do this right. I have it unlocked. If you oop, I missed. Whoops. Okay, I'm gonna do that later. If you jump on them, they drop a heart. Speaking of heart, how am I gonna get this bad boy? Show you in a minute. Whoops. Definitely gonna need that. Got the Rox Feather. This lets you jump. So you can't just jump anytime. You can't just do anything in this game anytime. You need to equip everything. Which, I mean, that's pretty normal for Legend of Zelda, but something like jumping is not something you'd normally expect to have to equip something for. So when you jump on them, they drop hearts, which is cute. A nice little... It's a little nod to jumping on them with Mario, but it's also nice, quick, easy way to fill up your hearts when you see them. Jump over this guy. Whoops. Come on, get out of here. Cool. Yeah, so if you... The world record for Mario Advance is... I believe it's just under 12 minutes. And then the two ones that are lower than it are... They're not... I think there's a pretty substantial lead between first and second place, and then second and third are close. I think it's... They're like around 13 or 14 minutes. Or no, the top three are pretty close, and then there's a little bit of a drop-off afterwards. Fourth place is something like 15 and change. I think it's like 15 and a half minutes approximately. And then last place, or well, not last place, of the 5 speedruns that have been submitted, it's significantly longer. It's like 25 minutes. Oh, I hate this. Nope. You need to match all 3. And I am bad at it. There we go. And all it does is give me... I didn't actually need to do that, but I don't like leaving treasure chests unopened. So that, when you collect that, you can talk to these owl statues. Turn aside the spined ones with a shield. And he just gives you hints that I already know, so... It's not... I don't actually need it. He's our first mini-boss. Yeah. So, when I add together the sum of, like, my best times when I was practicing the levels... I believe I was at about somewhere around 14 and a half, close to 15 minutes, so not anywhere near enough. Okay, yeah, we've done everything we need to here. Not anywhere near enough to actually challenge for first place. Buzz, outsider. So this is definitely easier if I use the shield. So if he knocks me off, I won't die or anything, but I will have to start the fight over. I think I need to hit him 4 times. And I don't think I can hit him until he stops moving. Oop. Apparently not, because he didn't stop. Whoa, I don't remember those skeletons. That's a little spooky. What was I saying? I don't remember. Alright, let's finish this. Okay, I don't need to wait. Don't need to wait at all. That was super easy. So this will be the first time I ever do this, but... Oh. Shit. Well then. This changes things. Apparently... Well... Okay, that throws a wrench into things. But, you know, that's okay. We'll see what we can do. Maybe I'll, just anytime I wind up with more than 3 hearts, I'll hurt myself until I'm back below it. We'll see. We'll see what we can do. Hopefully I can find a way to make this work. If not... then I guess I'll just play this game without dying? You do unlock a secret ending if you do, so... Swamp, a path opens, in the blooms. Well... Hopefully this run isn't, ruined then. Oh, I remember what I was talking about. Mario 2. The sum of my best times would put me at 4th place, but I have not managed to put it together into one thing yet, so I'm still working on that. Once that comes up, I'll post it, and I'll post some of my mistakes, explaining where my troubles were, what you have to do in certain spots, and then I never have to play Mario 2 again. But hopefully, I can play Zelda Link's Awakening again. I'm gonna look into it and see if it's possible for me to do what I said I was gonna do. So, till next time, peace out.